I used to think a good weekend meant you always have to be productive and you always have to have plans. This weekend, I got my period, so I stayed home a lot, and I started wondering, can a slow weekend still be part of building a life I love? Good morning. It is currently 10:32 a.m. I love just not turning on my alarm on the weekends. You might have seen this little fella in some of my videos, and I'm happy to announce that we have increased the family of jellycats to 2. I was thinking of getting something other than a bunny, but I guess I just like the bunnies the most. It's so cute. Now they're family. I feel like during 2020 era, self-care, productivity was such a huge niche. And it still is, but I remember seeing so many videos about how to wake up at 5 a.m. and do ice baths and meditation right when you wake up. And I remember at that moment, like, I was feeling so lost. I had just graduated college and so much anxiety at that time. I was really inspired to do so many different self-care all at once. But now, like, looking back, I feel like everyone is so different. Like, we're all individuals with very unique bodies that you need to tailor based on what your personal interests are, what your health looks like, what you can really manage. Because if it's just going to add more stress, then how is it self-care? There was a point in my life where, even up until recently, where I felt like I needed to follow a very strict sleep schedule that ended up stressing me out even more and gave me so much pressure. Yes, I want to be more of a morning person, but not a 5 a.m. morning person. I am currently on my period, which explains the low mood, low energy, and I think I'm on day 4. So I realize living in New York City and like working in the city gives me this illusion that I always have to be on the go and have to be productive all the time. But this was kind of one of those moments where I felt like, okay, I need to slow down. Rest can be so productive. Rest like needs to happen. Like, you need rest. So today and this weekend is all about slowing down and just being at home. I just want to make the most out of it and listen to my body. Just take it easy. Since I've been on my period, I've been having some just warm water and tea, and I'm losing my mind because I have caffeine every morning, and that's exactly what I look forward to. I look forward to my cup of coffee or matcha. That is literally what motivates me, of course. But since I'm feeling a little bit better today, I'm going to order some matcha. There's this one matcha spot that is, I think, a lot smaller. It's like mom and pop. There's even not that many reviews on Google, but the ratings are very high. And I tried it for the first time the other day, and I got a iced banana matcha with oat milk, and I remember it being so good. And mind you, I am a matcha connoisseur. I have had almost every matcha in New York City. I love matcha. So it's very exciting to find places that are not talked about enough, are smaller, but are actually so much better. Also, guess what? I got my Alchemy package in the mail. Alchemy is a brand owned by a YouTuber, My Fam, if you know her. Aqua is a very trendy color this year, so I really wanted one, and the moment I realized she was releasing an aquamarine shirt, I knew I had to get it. So here she is. This is my first time looking at it. I actually got the package yesterday, but I wanted to unbox it with you guys. So it's so cute. I love that it's half sleeve. It's like three-fourths. The stitching is also like very intentional. Oh, and it has a little affirmation, and obviously 100% cotton, very important. The current carries me where I'm meant to be. I'm meant to be at home. Just kidding, but I love the affirmation. I am a very firm believer that things happen for a reason. To an extent, I feel like things happen for a reason based on your actions, based on what you choose to do in life. I feel like a lot of the opportunities I had, just my surrounding of what it is today, is because of the decisions I've made. These decisions are decisions I made because I wanted to. I believe that being intentional is so important, and obviously it would be very narrow-minded of me to only say that things happen for a reason and that's it. I obviously know that, but decisions that we make in life will lead to a certain outcome. So just being more mindful and intentional about the choices we make in life can go a long way, can go a far way. That's what I truly believe. Everything you seek is within. And I'm very, very, very into manifestation. I don't know if people know that about me, but I love manifestation. I love creating your inner world to create your outer world. What you believe, what you think, what you want your next version of yourself to be. So for example, me, like Sophia 2.0, who I want to be, your beliefs mentally will show externally. So that's also why I journal. I journal about the person I want to be, what my dream life looks like, who I want to be surrounded by, what environment I want to be in. Speaking of though, ever since I traveled to Korea recently, or like 6 months ago, I cannot stop thinking about it. I remember I had the same feeling around 4 years ago when I moved to New York. I could not stop thinking about moving to New York. I just really felt so drawn to it. And the same thing is happening now, this time, Korea. So I don't know what's that to say about my future. I guess TBD. Starting the day off on a good note is so important, and a big part of that is food and coffee, or caffeine in general. Hey guys! I spent literally like an hour window shopping, like online. Either it's because I'm getting older or my taste is just like evolving just living in New York. I'm surprised I'm saying this, but I've been more into like minimalist clothing recently. I don't know if you can tell by my apartment, but it's quite minimal in general, but with like outfits and jewelry, I've always been more drawn to statement pieces. I'm excited to do more exploring in New York, go shopping, eat some nice food, get some nice dessert. I think just being locked up at home all day has been, and all weekend actually, has been a little bit good and bad. Good in the sense, like I knew my body needed it, obviously. I'm ready to go out in the world. I feel like it's so important to know what and who is the best version of yourself. Like, what does that look like? How do they act? What are they wearing? How do they talk? What do they like? What are they doing? Like, what does that best version of yourself look like? I feel like that's so important for so many aspects of life. I've been thinking a lot about habit tracking, and this was something that I used to do because I thought like everyone else was doing, like all the self-help girlies were doing it, keeping Notion pages or Google Docs or whatever, like having a system in place where you keep track of all your habits. And while I do think that that is great, but I realized like I was really frustrated if I forgot to fill it out one day. I just overall don't feel like that is a system that works for me. Like drinking water, sleeping 8 hours a day, like I feel like these things are just things that like I want to embody, I want to do daily or weekly, and it just becomes a habit in itself that I don't feel like I need to track it daily. Like if it's important to you enough, then you'll remember to do it if it's like a big part of your life. I don't want things to feel like homework, feel like it's like a chore or a task. So instead what I do is I journal about best version of myself, my dream life, etc. And what does that include? If it includes good sleep, then like I embody that. Like I remember to get good sleep or try to. What I really, really love doing is writing a dream life doc. So it can literally be positioned as whatever you want. Like let's say, what does the version of yourself look like a year from now? Where is she living? What apartment is she living in? What types of friends does she have? Is she dating? I get very, very detailed. So those are the things I get more detailed about rather than tracking like just simple habits like drinking water, things like that. I feel like it's less about that and more about like the overall big picture.